Endmyopia viewers, my name is Matt Ely. I have been working on improving my eyesight for a little over 3.5 years. I started with -5 diopters in my right eye, -4 diopters in my left eye, and another diopter of astigmatism in each eye. Today, I am wearing -1.25 diopters in each eye with no correction for astigmatism. That's in 3.5 years. I have somewhere from 2 to 2.5 years to go to be completely glasses free. I first found out about improving my eyesight through a spam email. Around March or April of 2014, opened my spam email folder, which I check now and again, and there was a link to a video inside the email about some program a lady was selling that promised to fix your eyesight in 2 weeks. She said she had some horrible eye condition that her eye doctor told her about, and she was really scared because she was going to have surgery. Then she met some guy who taught her some exercises that fixed everything and undid the condition. It was not a well organized video, and it didn't look like a program that I would run off to buy. However, she asked one big question that I had had in my mind since I was a kid getting glasses, which was, are your glasses making your eyesight get worse? I was like a lot of people. I would go to the eye doctor and he would tell me, your vision has gotten worse, you need stronger glasses. Well, the second or third time that happened, I asked myself, why does the thing you give me that's supposed to help my blurry eyesight making it get worse every year? And what would happen if I didn't get your stronger glasses? Would my vision stay the same, or would it get worse? I was a kid, so I wasn't prepared to reject the advice of the professional and also follow that question to its ultimate conclusion of, I can improve my eyesight and eventually get out of glasses. Well, I didn't buy that video and I didn't look into it any further, but what I did was I went to the library and checked out every book in the library that had anything about vision or eyesight in my keyword search, and I started Google searching anything about improving my vision. There's a lot of stuff out there, very inconsistent, and very difficult to prove or disprove the claims that I was seeing in those sites and those books. But there did seem to be one common thing, which is glasses cover up a symptom rather than treat a cause. Now again, the cause was not always clearly stated as to why people were myopic. I started testing things out. I tried taking off my glasses in my house, which was an absolute disaster. I couldn't even read the numbers on my alarm clock. My eyesight was so bad. Yet, one thing that worked, I noticed in the early evening, if I sat outside and read, I could read a line or two or three, memorize the text, and then hold the book maybe at arm's length, or at least far enough away that I absolutely couldn't see it without my glasses. Then I would close my eyes and really remember what the words were and what they should look like, and then open my eyes and blink and look at them, and for just a moment I could see them. I watched right in front of my eyes The opposite thing that had happened all my life happened. Vision had only ever gotten worse. And yet here I was, looking at text far enough away that I shouldn't be able to see it, in front of my eyes, seeing it get clear again. I was like a kid at Christmas. I didn't understand why. But after making that discovery, within maybe a week, maybe less, the glasses that I had on became unbearably strong to wear. It was like when I was a kid and I got that new prescription, and it just felt horrible the first few days. I was dizzy, I'd get headaches, I felt disoriented in my stomach, and of course all the eye doctors ever said was, oh, you'll get used to it. Which I did, but this time, I wouldn't. I immediately went and got my old prescription, because I've always kept at least the last pair of glasses in case I broke my current ones and I needed one, at least temporarily. I put them on and I looked around. I could see everything perfectly clearly. I didn't know what the difference in prescription was, but I knew they were weaker. So I walked around outside, I looked at road signs, and I could see everything. So I started experimenting with this, and in the same time period that I'm reading these books I talk about and doing internet searches, I come across a site called Frauenfeld Clinic, which is the predecessor of what's now Endmyopia. And here I found something that made sense. See, it talked about science, and it said the answers to your questions about what's wrong with your eyes and why they're getting worse are not found in mountaintops somewhere in the Far East. They're found in medical journals. That I could sink my teeth into. That made sense. And in the initial free email course, it explained everything I needed to know. How to test, how to measure my eyesight. It told me what I was doing, what I had discovered, which was called active focus, that I was using to improve my vision. And at once it made sense. So I started to implement it. And this was now approaching 4 years ago. I've watched myself improve my vision month after month after month. And I know that I'm going to get to 2020. I will not need eyeglasses forever. What I would say to anyone who's wondering, can I actually improve my vision, is start with this question. Why are my eyes bad? Is it due to genetics? Is it due to the shape of the eyeball, as I was told by the eye doctors? Or have my eyes adapted perfectly to the stimulus that I've given them my entire life long? If you answer with the second, you're starting to walk down the path of finding the answers to how you can turn that around. Start to see your eyesight improve. It's free, starting with the 7-day email course on endmyopia.org. There are essentially an endless supply of stories and sources of information on the website that you can find. So all the answers are there. Additionally, there's the Facebook group, which offers plenty of support and can help you to answer some of the questions that you may have. It's absolutely worth exploring. I would recommend anybody look into it. Because if there's the smallest chance that people like me on a video, or Jake Steiner, or anyone else who's recommending Endmyopia are right, then anyone who is struggling with nearsightedness might just have the opportunity to see the world as you should have been able to see it all along. What would it be like to wake up in the morning, be able to see your alarm clock, but then step outside, and as far as you look into the distance, everything is beautifully clear, vibrant with color and life. Would that be much nicer than living your life behind these things? Try it. Why is your vision blurry? And what would it be like if it weren't?